The powers that be suggest, I'd say the American powers, they've been uncomfortable with Ellington for some time.
In this beautiful island of lush green paradise, it's sad to see selected and elected officials not being transparent and played by the same rules set out for the ordinary citizens of Jamaica, which lead us to the case of Owen Ellington. Owen Ellington is considered the most corrupt police commissioner to ever serve in the JCF. He was born on July 27, 1962 in Glengough, which is located in the parish of St. Catherine. He attended Glengough High School, after which he attended University of Technology, where he studied human resource management, which he would later use in the career as a police commissioner. Ellington enlisted in the Jamaica Constabulary Force on August 1, 1980, where he would meet a fellow recruit, Earl Cliff Richard, who was later become the once feared police known as Schoolboy Richie, and the person who is at the center of Ellington's fall from grace.
And he was associated at that time with a man called Richards.
Errol Cliff Richards, nicknamed Schoolboy Richie, met Ellington in 1980 at training school, then in Port Royal. According to Richards' testimony in the late 90s, the two became very close friends. Richards making his mark on the streets of downtown as a notorious crime fighter.
Upon graduating from the training facility in Port Royal, Ellington was sent to the Arbitrary Police Station, where he stationed for a while until he was transferred to the office of the commissioner, but Ellington always kept in contact with his close friend, Schoolboy Richie.
Ellington fast-tracked to superintendent and handpicked to work in the then commissioner's office.
As a superintendent, Ellington and Schoolboy Richie was charged for fraud and was suspended from the JCF. Ellington was found not guilty in that matter. However, Schoolboy Richie was found guilty and had to serve 1 year in prison along with his wife. After Ellington was found not guilty in the matter, he sued the Jamaica government for unlawful arrest.
They fought crime together, hung out together, and even flouted police rules together. Both men admitting in court documents they were reprimanded for renting cars they had bought using a tax discount provided to police officers. It was one of these cars, similar to that pictured here, that prosecutors said was falsely reported stolen by Richards. He and Ellington were charged with conspiracy to defraud a local insurance company, along with Richards' common-law wife, Janice Bernard. The charges meant both men were suspended without pay from the force.
Schoolboy Richie was released from prison in the year 1999, after which he left Jamaica for the United States of America. But he and Ellington always kept in contact.
Richards was booted from the force, but he and Ellington have remained friends, according to several of their mutual associates. And even in 2012, documents show relatives of both Richards and Ellington were co-owners of this unmarked security company named Millennium, registered in 1998 when the two men were suspended from the force and still in operation today. Listed are Ellington's wife Shirley, along with one Devon Richards, a second cousin of Errol whose relations we tracked through a genealogy search at Jamaica's Registrar General's Department.
In the year 2007, Ellington was recommended by the then Prime Minister Bruce Golding to become Commissioner of Police, but that did not work out because the United States of America was not backing him. Ellington is a known Labourite. He does not hide his affiliation with the Jamaica Labour Party,
having been passed over before. A 2008 WikiLeaks document originating from the American Embassy in Kingston revealed that then Prime Minister Bruce Golding chose Ellington to be commissioner in 2007, but there was no international support. While Ellington was seen as intelligent and capable, the cable said he was suspected of having links to criminal organizations.
It would just only take 3 years later, on April 5, 2010, Ellington would be appointed Commissioner of Police after Rear Admiral Ardley Lowen was forced out the job. by the then Prime Minister Bruce Golding. Owen Ellington was the first person in the Jamaica Constable Force history to jump the rank of DCP to become Commissioner of Police from the rank of Assistant Commissioner of Police. This just have politics written all over it. Politics was definitely at play in the appointment of Owen Ellington. During all this time, Ellington and his criminal friend Schoolboy Richie stayed in contact. He even was a witness at Schoolboy Richie wedding, which took place in Jamaica, even though Richie was a known criminal at this point.
When Richards got married in 2006, years later at Sandals Duns River in Jamaica, one Owen Ellington signed as his witness, a signature resembling that of the then Assistant Commissioner of Police.
It is also rumored that Ellington made multiple trips to the United States to visit his friend Schoolboy Richie. But it wasn't until 2014 when Schoolboy Richie was charged for dealing cocaine, Ellington had to step down as a Commissioner of Police, to the surprise of the public, because at this time Ellington was also implicated in the matter.
Then 3 years later, amid allegations of death squads in the force and the threat of international funding being withdrawn, his sudden resignation.
There are more questions this afternoon about the real reason for the sudden retirement of Police Commissioner Owen Ellington.
USA and UK then revoked Owen Ellington and his entire family visa to the United States and England. It was also rumored that an extradition order was being written up for Owen Ellington to be transferred to the United States of America.
I need to speak to Mr. Ellington and the US to understand the relationship that they had. I am not in a position to comment on that.
He was not pushed, he was not gently pushed.
He resigned on his own volition.
Is he under, from what you know, any investigation at this point?
I'm not aware of that.
And you don't know of any, there's so many rumors out there about extradition warrants potentially being signed.
I am not aware of anything like that.
It was also in the streets that Ellington was in custody by Uppart Camp on the request of the United States of America government, because he was implicated in the drugs matter.
Commissioner Owen Ellington.
Ellington was named the Gleaners Man of the Year.
I think this is a big boost for me and my leadership, but certainly a big boost for the men and women who want to be sure that the public appreciates the work that they're doing.
Even if Ellington did not went to prison for any crime, it is safe to say he was mixed up and guilty by association, because he went from Man of the Year to become a suspected drugs lord. He will go down as Jamaica's most corrupt commissioner ever to serve the Jamaica Constabulary Force. One thing serving officers would always say about Ellington, he always look out for his friends. So he makes sure that person who is associated with in the JCF is being promoted. While I was in the organization, I heard many unconfirmed reports that Mr. Ellington would promote his friends and families. He even promoted one of his daughter from constable to deputy superintendent of police without any experience of any kind. For instance, Ellington once started an advanced promotional program which his daughter took part in. After she had completed the program, he closed that program so no one else would be able to benefit from that program. If this is not nepotism, I really don't know what nepotism is. Thank you for watching this video. Please remember to like, share and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.
The American powers I'm talking about, that they've been uncomfortable with Owen Ellington for some time.
That concern was confirmed to 18 Degrees North by former Assistant Commissioner of Police for Anti-Corruption, Justin Felice. He says he warned Ellington more than once about his questionable associations.